Okay, let's talk exporting. When you think about international trade, these massive container ships, the high-stakes deals, what do you think is the single most valuable thing that keeps it all running? I'll give you a hint. It's not what's packed inside the boxes or what's written on the contracts. Stick with me, because the answer might really surprise you.
So let's just get right to it. In this incredibly complex world of shipping goods across borders, with all the logistics and the mountains of paperwork, what's the one thing that, if it just vanished, would make everything else totally worthless?
Well, the obvious answer is money, right? Of course. You've got your dollars, your dirhams, your rupees. A transaction just can't happen without cash. But is that really the most valuable asset you have in your arsenal? I'm not so sure.
And here's where we flip that whole idea on its head. The real currency, the stuff that truly matters, isn't something you can hold in your hand or put in a bank. It's actually way more valuable and, honestly, a lot more fragile. It's trust.
I mean, think about it for a second. You could have every single form filled out perfectly. Every I dotted, every T crossed, your shipping manifest, letters of credit, the whole shebang could be absolutely flawless, but if the person on the other side of that deal doesn't think you're reliable, if they don't trust you're going to come through, the entire thing can just fall apart. Paperwork can't save a deal when the foundation of trust is cracked.
So, okay, if trust is the real currency here, how exactly is it traded? Let's break down how that actually works.
It's really this delicate three-way exchange, you see. First, the buyer has to trust that the quality of your product is what you say it is. Then, you have to trust that the buyer's payment is actually going to come through. And finally, officials, like customs, they have to trust that all your paperwork is legit. If any one of those links in the chain snaps, the whole deal just unravels.
Now that we're clear on how essential trust is, let's talk about something else that's just as important: the speed of reputation.
So here's a question for you. In this massive, interconnected world of global trade, what do you figure moves faster across the planet?
Let's put two things side by side. On one hand, you've got the physical stuff, a giant shipping container that could take weeks, maybe even months, to cross an ocean. And on the other hand, you have that intangible asset we've been talking about, your reputation.
And this is the part you really need to remember. A good word, or, more importantly, a bad one, can circle the entire globe in the time it takes to fire off an email. News of a botched deal or a shoddy product moves at the speed of light. Your container? Yeah, it's still just chugging along out there in the middle of the ocean. Your reputation will always get to your next destination long before your product does.
So, let's bring it all together. What is the real difference between what cash can get you and what trust can build for you? Well, it's the huge difference between a single transaction and a long-lasting business. Here's the bottom line, plain and simple. Currency, that gets your one transaction. It's a one-and-done deal. But trust is what builds an entire business. It's what brings customers back, it's what gets people to recommend you, and it's what truly fuels growth. Money makes a sale, but trust makes a loyal partner.
So after all this, what's the main thing to walk away with? It's that while we're all busy obsessing over logistics and spreadsheets, the real engine of global trade is this invisible thing called reputation. That's what separates the one-hit wonders from the businesses that are built to last.
So the next time you see one of those huge container ships, just remember that the most valuable thing on board isn't actually in the containers. It's the reputation that arrived weeks earlier. And the final question is for you. In your own work, are you investing more in your cargo or in your currency of trust?